All right, thank you everyone for coming down to studio number 1 here in beautiful LA. It's middle of November, or December actually. It's still 72 and amazing out there. As hopefully you all know, my name is Shepard Fairy. And I can't talk about much regarding the court case because I'm not officially allowed to, but here is my first official statement. It's been 7 entire days, and I have to say something. The background of the court case is essentially this. The Associated Press took a photograph of Barack Obama. They've taken hundreds. This was out of a set of 2,000 photos. I Googled Barack Obama, thought it was cool, and borrowed it. And I made an amazing portrait out of it. Those are Barack Obama's words, not mine. And I made artwork based on their photograph. I didn't steal from them. I didn't, try to subvert them or anything like that. All I did was follow my passion as an artist and create something from what is essentially just a photograph sitting on Google. To give you a background of me as an artist using images this way, I've been propagating an image, the Andre the Giant sticker, since 1989. I've been doing this for 2 decades. The original image, I found it in a newspaper, showed my buddy how to cut a stencil, and ever since then I ran with it. And it's not been contested. I actually know the people who took the photograph. I know the people who published the photograph. They're completely fine because I didn't take from them. I didn't steal anything from them to propagate the image. This comes back to the Copyright Act of 1976, fair use. It was passed, in modern times to say that people can't do this. You're legally allowed to make derivatives. For example, here is a print of a Gucci ad for some shoes. And Gucci sued artist Jeff Koons for using those shoes in a collage piece. He won the act for fair use because he transformed it. That's one of the things in law you have to do. You have to transform what you originally take. This has been held up dozens of times in court. Cario versus Prince 2011 happened during my case. This is why I won the copyright infringement. However, I did make a terrible mistake during the case. As an artist, I cut stencils, and the scrap paper I threw away. I didn't know that they would consider that scrap paper as evidence in the case. And that has been one of the largest mistakes I've ever made in my entire life. The Huffington Post reported in October 16, 2009 that I destroyed evidence. I'm a father. I've been married to my wife for 15 years. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I don't want them growing up in a world where daddy is some kind of criminal destroying evidence in a court case involving the president. That's not something I want to associate myself with. The Bipartisan Policy Center, 2012, stated that voter turnout, 2008, the year I made this image strictly for the purposes of inspiring young voters to get involved in democracy. 2008 voter turnout was the highest in history, ever. I'm not taking sole responsibility for that, just like no one person's vote can take responsibility for someone getting elected. But I did all I could to help. What did the AP do? They have tons of lawyers. They have a whole legal squad whose sole purpose is to hound people for these copyright infringement kind of things. They didn't do anything to help, get people involved, to get democracy actually happening with young voters who, prior to 2008, didn't care. I didn't try to subvert the Associated Press. I didn't try to undermine the Associated Press. All I did was follow my passion to try to inspire people through my images, and I don't want that to be held against me, my family, my wife, my daughters in the future, ever. In Barack Obama's own words, this is an inspiring, motivating image. It's currently hung up as his portrait in the presidential gallery. That's never happened before in history. So for the president to say that my image was inspiring, I think that we should focus on that. So what? I threw some scrap paper away. I accepted the consequences. I pled guilty because I knew I didn't want to shame myself by further litigation. I'm deeply sorry for my stupidity in throwing away some scrap paper. This is literally the extent of my criminal actions in the court case. I hope we can look past that and look to the future. Thank you. All right.